सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Today we are going to see Surya Upanishad. Surya Upanishad is part of the Atharvaveda. Sun plays a very important role in our Vedic tradition. The very famous Gayatri mantra is a sincere prayer offering to the sun god. Today, I come to you from the country of Peru. In this Incan village of Ollantaytambo. And over here, we have the ruins of the sun temple right across over there. We can see. And this culture originated several centuries back. And this beautiful scene in front of you is the ruins of the Incan culture. They establish sun temples in various parts of this sacred valley along the banks of the river Urubamba. Further up, when we go, over there is the most beautiful civilization of Machu Pichu. But today, you can see this last city, the city which is in front of you, Ollantaytambo, is an actual Incan city, and the houses are built on top of the city, and the irrigation system, the aqueducts, everything is still in use after so many centuries. It still is in use. For the Incas, the sun was an integral deity. Everything revolved around the sun god. I'm going to chant Surya Upanishad. Om Ath Suryaatharvangirasam Vyaakhyasyamaha Brahma Rishihi Gayatri Chandaha Adityo Devata Hamsa Sohamagni Narayana Yuktam Bijam Hrullekha Shaktihi Vyadadi Sarga Samyuktam Kilakam Chaturvida Purushartha Siddhyarthe Viniyogaha. Just a simple, anytime when we do mantra, the mantra has a particular nyas. So the Surya Upanishad nyas is what is talked about over here. Atha Surya Atharvangiras Samvya Akyasyamaha. So now we will see the Surya Upanishad very famously presented in the Atharvaveda, Surya Angirasam, in the lineage of Angirasa Rishi. This Atharva Rishi belongs to that, and in this Brahma Rishi, for this particular, the mantra drashta of this particular Upanishad, Brahma is the Rishi, and then the meter that it is composed is over here Gayatri Chandaha, and none other than Adityo Devata. The Devata is the Aditya Bhagavan. And Hamsaha Sohamagni Narayana Yuktam Bijam, the very seed is, what is it? Hamsaha Soham. Hamsa Soham. I am that I am. That is Hamsa Soham. Agni Narayana Yuktam. Narayana Bhagavan, who manifests as none other than this very divine source of light. Bijam is the seed behind Hamsa Soham Soham Hamsaha. That very Jiva Brahma Aikya Mahavakya is the very beej. It is the seed behind the Upanishad. Hrullekha Shaktihi. The Shakti aspect is Hrullekha. So, Hrim Gruni Surya Adityom is the mantra presented over here in this Upanishad. So, that is the Bij over here, Shakti, and Vyad Adi Sarga Samyuktam Kilakam. And to open this, the manifested Prakriti is the very key. We have to be part of the manifestation to open this. Vyad, Vyad meaning space, Adi, etc. Sarga Sanyuktam, Sarga, Sthiti and Laya. So Sarga meaning creation. So in this creation, this Vyadadi, the creation starting from Akash Adi Tattva, Pancha Mahabhut. And if we take the Sankhya philosophy, the 24 talked about in the Sankhya philosophy, etc., all of those things. Kilakam, that is, we have to be part of the manifested world to complete this Jiva Brahma Aikya. Chaturvida Purushartha Siddhyarthe Viniyogaha, for the completion of the Chaturvida Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. These are the 4 Purusharthas of the human being, and for the aid of completion of this Chaturvida Purushartha, this Surya Upanishad allows us to not only gain the Jiva Brahma Aikya Jnanam, but it also allows us to unfold properly on the path of Dharma, Artha, the material wealth which is to be accumulated by righteous means of dharma. Kamana, the desires, also kept under checks and balance through nitya naimittika karma to be done, and then to avoid kamya karma and nishiddha karma, etc. All of this together, and then moksha, that is what yields moksha, final liberation. See, in creation alone, we can find liberation. If we are in this Vyadadi Sarga Samyuktam, in this created world alone, there is mukti, isn't it? So, when we are part of a created landscape, to get out of the created landscape, there has to be an exit. Every building also has an exit, entry and an exit. The fire marshal asks us to clearly mark exit. But what is the exit of this created world? The Jiva Brahma Aikya is the beej. It is the only way we can exit. So, in this way, moksha is the final exit from this unending cycle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. And the same Surya Bhagavan was integral part of this lost Incan culture. So now we are going to see the dhyan aspect in this Upanishad, which describes Surya Bhagavan. Shat Swararudhena Bijena Shadangam Rakta Ambuja Samstitam Saptashwararathinam Hiranyavarnam Chaturbhujam Padma Padmadvaya Abhaya Varadahastam Kalachakra Pranetaram Shri Surya Narayanam Ya Evam Veda Savai Brahmanaha. Shat Swara Arudhena, the one who is Arudha, the one who rides, who perches on Shat Swara, the six swaras, the six vowels without which sound is not possible. So, he who rides on these vowels, which are the quality of the Akasha Tattva, which creates the manifested sound. And without this sound, there is no mantra ucharanam. Without this sound, there is no ability for the senses to start their process of creation of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. So, the one who rides on this Bijena, and the very sound which is the seed of all of them is Pranava. Omkar is the sound Bija. Shadangam, Bijena Shadangam, the one whose six limbs. Rakta Ambuja Samsthitam. The Surya Bhagavan is described in our Vedas as the one who is seated in Padmasan, in a lotus, and Rakta Ambuja. That's why the sunrise is also known as Arunodai. Aruna meaning red. So, Rakta Ambuja Samsthitam Sapta Ashwarathinam. And you know, the light which comes forth from the sun god, that colorless light, if it passes through a prism, we will see a band of seven colors, the seven rainbows, the rainbow of seven colors. Interestingly, that is also the color of the flag of Cusco. It has the 7 colors over here. So these Sapta Ashwarathinam, the 7 horses, represent the scattering of the light through these 7 bands. And Hiranyavarnam, the one who is of the color of gold, Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasya Pihitam Mukham, the mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad, the very golden orb, the sun's disk, is a sincere prayer in Ishavasya Upanishad that, oh, the golden orb, you please reveal this truth to me. So over here, Saptashwarathinam Hiranyavarnam Chaturbhujam, the one who has 4 hands. Padma Dvaya. So 2 hands have lotuses. The 2 upper hands have blossomed lotuses of the 4 hands of sun god. And Abhaya Varada Hastam. And the lower 2, one is the Vardhana Mudra, so Varada, the blessings, and the other one is the fearless. So the Abhaya Varada Hastam, these are the 2 mudras. Abhaya Varada Hastam, Kala Chakra Pranetaram, the one who is the procreator of the very time element, the movement of the sun in the space, Akasha Tattva. So time and space are inseparable. And in this Vyadardi Sarga Sanyuktam, when space comes, what is embedded in space is this time element. The distance between 2 thoughts is referred to as psychological time. And when all thoughts disappear and awareness alone remains, that is called realization, as simple as that. But then when we look at the physical ticking time in the watch, the chronological time, that is the Kala Chakra Pranetaram, the one who is the creator of the time element, Shri Surya Narayanam, Surya Bhagavan, ya evam veda savai brahmanaha. The one who comes to know the Surya Bhagavan is truly brahmanaha, a person who is knower of Brahman. Om Bhurvaswaha Tatsaviturvare Enyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonah Prachodayat. The very famous Gayatri mantra. It is part of this Surya Upanishad. So many books are written on this Gayatri mantra. So in the interest of time and the place that we are in, a very simple prayer, Tat Savitu Varenyam, the most beautiful, adorable Savitu, Savita Devata, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, the very effulgent light that you have, Dhimahi, this my own intellect, you please, Diyo Yonah Prachodayat, you please illumine my intellect. This is the mantra given to any boy who goes through the sacred thread ceremony. Upanayanam samskar are done, and part of the Upanayanam samskar is this Gayatri mantra. Surya Atma Jagatas Susascha, Surya Bhagwan, who is the very center of this universe, and center of each one of us is Atma. We are all none other than Jivatma, and Bhagavan is a Paramatma. So Jiva Parama Aikya. So Surya Atma Jagatas Susascha. This Atma pervades this whole universe, and this is the very light of Surya Bhagavan. Suryadvai khalvimani bhutani jayante. All these beings are born out of the very Surya Bhagavan. Suryadvai khalvimani bhutani jayante Suryadhyagnya parjanyonnamatma. The Surya Bhagavan, uh, Suryad Yajnaha, the very yajna, the very sacrifice of the Surya Bhagavan is Parjanyaha, Parjanyonnamatma. This rain is not possible without the Surya Bhagavan. So it is the Surya who is capable of creating this Varun Bhagavan, and Parjanya Yajnad Bhavanti Bhutani Parjanyad Yajna Sambhavaha. Bhagavan Krishna uses the same ideas in Bhagavad Gita. Um, and all of our karma is born out of this yajna. So, in the same way, the very presence of Surya Bhagavan itself is the most divine yajna. And this yajna itself is capable of creating parjanya, none other than rain. Without rain, there will be no food. Without food, there will be no beings. And if we don't eat proper food, then we cannot engage in the spirit of yajna properly, offering of all karmas. Namaste Aditya. So we bow down. Namaste Aditya. We bow down to Surya Bhagavan. Tvameva pratyaksham karma kartasi. So each one of us, how are we able to do karma? Only because of the presence of Surya Bhagavan, who has produced rain, who has produced food, because of which um, I eat, and because I eat the food, I get energy, and that energy is offered to the world as karma. Bhagavan Krishna impresses upon all of us to convert each one of our actions into karma yoga, unite with karma properly, that is yajna. So the source of all of our yajna is mentioned over here. Tvameva pratyaksham karma kartasi. O Surya Bhagavan, you are the one who does all karma. Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi. You are the very creator of the whole universe, and we are created by Brahmaji. So Brahmaji and Saraswati ji are the source of knowledge. So knowledge is required to do karma. Without proper understanding, how can we do karma? So that is why Tvameva pratyaksham karmasi. After that, Tvameva pratyaksham brahmasi. Because without Brahmaji, that knowledge of karma is not possible. Tvameva pratyaksham vishnurasi. You are none other than Bhagavan Vishnu. Vishnu is the one who is Shrushti Palayita, the one who protects the creation. Tvameva pratyaksham rudrosi. You are none other than Rudra Bhagavan, the one who is the annihilator of this universe. Tvameva pratyaksham rudrosvi. Tvameva pratyaksham rugasi. Tvameva pratyaksham yajurasi. Tvameva pratyaksham samasi. Tvameva pratyaksham atharvasi. You are all four Vedas, Rigved, Yajurved, Samaved, Atharvaved. Without you, O Sun God, where would these Vedas come from? You are the source of all knowledge. Tvameva sarvam chandosi. And all different types of classification of sound is called chandas. So without you, no chandas is possible. So you are all chandas. Not just the Vedic composition and the composition of various stotrams and shlokas and all of those we see of Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji, all of these are in particular prosody, each one of them either Anushtup Chandas, Trishtup Chandas, Shardulya Vikrita we see in Dakshinamurti Stotram. So each one of these chandas, but not just these chandas, but we have a symphony of sound in this creation, beautiful sounds of birds and animals. Each one of them is a language. So you are the source of all that. Adityad Vayur Jayate. From you, this Vayu Tattva is created. Adityad Bhumir Jayate. This Mother Earth is created from you, O Surya Bhagavan. Adityad Apo Jayante. From you, the waters are created. Aditya Jyotir Jayate. Adityad Jyotir Jayate. This light is from you. Adityad Vyom Disho Jayante. From you, the space and the directions are born. Now, anybody who has taken just basic chemistry, we see that there is an element, hydrogen, just atomic weight 1 electron. Then the next one, helium 2. What we have in Surya Bhagavan is nothing but this hydrogen with intense pressure and gravity, and that one has given birth to Anek. That is what is mentioned over here by all of this. From you, this entire earth is created. Where do we classify all these elements in the periodic table of elements in chemistry class? Mother Earth. And we keep on discovering new ones. There are billions of others that we don't even know about. What we have classified up to now, 2025, in the periodic table of elements is we have just not even scratched the surface of creation. A giant ball of fire from which multitudes of universes are created. They come, they go, they come, they go. And all of this is from Surya Bhagavan. What a beautiful way in which Pancha Mahabhutas are talked about, but they are in fact nothing but born from this intense energy of Surya Bhagavan. Great pressure over there, and each one of them are created. So Adityad Vyom Disho Jayante. Fission and fusion. That is what I was looking for. At such great elevation, my intellect is not at par right now. We are seated at quite high elevation. So things slow down. So anyway, that fission and fusion that we study in chemistry, in physics, etc., all of this is talked about over here. How from Surya Bhagwan comes out this plurality, Aditya Deva Jayante. And then in this entire created world, Dyotana Titi Devata. So that which shines. So we see this grass growing over here, you know, we, and then ants and animals and so many things. In the Hindu tradition, in our Vedic tradition, we associate each one of these created things in this pluralistic world, we associate some energy, some power to it. And that power is labeled as Devata. Because there is this Devata presiding over water. We can harness the energy out of water, convert it into electric energy. The potential energy and kinetic energy, when we harness that out of water, we light up the whole city. That's the power of water. It's just an element. In every single one of our Hindu worships, we start with a Kalasha Sthapana, water, without which nothing would exist. The plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, everything, our entire body, 33 crore devatas preside over this body for this body to function. So it is said over here, Aditya Deva Jayante. All these various deities, Aditya Veda Jayante. And who would know about this Devata? Only through Veda Praman. Veda is the only Praman for knowing the Devatas. So, Veda Jayante Adityo va Esha Etan Mandalam Tapati. This entire Milky Way galaxy, all of this, it comes into incubation, Tapati. Asavadityo Brahma. This indeed is Brahman. This Aditya Bhagavan, everything over here basks in this. Asau eva Adityo Brahma. This Aditya Bhagavan is Brahma. Adityonta karana mano buddhi chitta hankaraha. From this alone rises the Indriyani. Now, please don't think of Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha as, you know, the ear, the ENT surgeon who looks at the ear. That's not the Indriya talked about. That is a Golak, the physical Golak. But the Indriya is very subtle. It is part of the Antakarana. And that in that Antakarana, Manaha, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar. Then Adityo Vai Vyana Samano Dano Apana Pranaha, the Pancha Mahapranas. Adityo Vai Shrotra Tvak Chakshurasagranaha. This hearing, seeing, smelling, taste, touch, all of these indriyas. Adityo Vai Vak Pani Pada Payustha. The 5 organs of action, all born out of Aditya Bhagwan. Vak, speech, Pani, hands, Pad, feet, Payu, anus, and Upastha, genital organs. These are the organs of action. Adityo Vai Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandhaha. And the experience, the sound which is heard, all of these experiences born out of the senses when they come in contact with the sense objects. Adityo Vai Vachana Dana Gamana Visarganandaha. And then a speech, uh, moving objects with hand, and then Gamana, to move by feet, etc. All of the Visarga, Anandaha, the anus, defecating, and the joy born out of the sexual organ. Anandamayo Vijnanamayo Vijnanagana Adityaha. This Aditya is the root cause of all different types of joy. Anandamayaha. He is full of joy. People ask, why did God create? Why is there so much sorrow? Why is there suffering? If there is no knowledge, then we see only pain, sorrow, and suffering. Bhagavan does not create out of pain, sorrow, and suffering. Creation is born out of knowledge. It is born out of understanding. Bahusyam prajaye yeti satapo tapyata satapastaptva, it is said. So, tapas of Bhagavan is this creation. How can this creation be a burden? We should never look at this creation as somebody's pain, somebody's joy, somebody's suffering. We don't know what kind of karmic death has given birth to it, but at the root of it, there is only Anand. Anandamaya, mayat pratyaya is used in Sanskrit, meaning it is filled with joy. What appears on the surface as pain, sorrow, suffering, there is a sincere desire in that person to come out of it. And they will come out of it because they have taken some detours, they have to go through it. That's all. We should never look down upon creation, because if we look down upon creation, we will be trapped in this creation. She's a divine force. Even over here, they call her Pachamama, mother of five elements. And for us, it is Maya. Bhagavan Krishna calls my Maya. Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. She's Devi, she's divine. And then we say, Arey, why is there pain? Why is there sorrow? Why is there suffering? See, even in Upanishads it is said. So, we should never ever allow our mana and buddhi to analyze creation in that way. Mana and buddhi have been given to us to analyze Bhagavan. It is not given to analyze creation. Creation is a fact. No analysis is required. If we go to a guru and we ask questions on Maya, oh, it's a waste of time of ours and guru. Because we are asking about something which is pratyaksha, meaning it directly I perceive it. Yeah, the dog loses a fourth leg in a car accident. Of course, it is going through pain. You feel it, we see it, the dog suffers through it. But then we cannot go and ask the teacher, hey, why did that dog had to get this fourth leg chopped off in this accident? अरे हुआ तो हुआ, क्या करे? वो बेचारे की कर्म वासना. But why? अरे God knows why. That's why Bhagavan Krishna said, you never ever try to analyze karma. Gahana karmano gatihi. Arjuna, you just get knowledge. And when you get knowledge, your drashti will be so compassionate, without touching, without doing anything. Your glances will be enough to uplift people. We think that wise people and self-realized souls don't do anything. They secretly, quietly sit, and that karunamayi drashti itself uplifts the creation. That is why it is said Anandamaya. And then what is after Anandamaya? Vijnanamaya. Filled with knowledge. And not just that, Vijnana Ghana. What is Vijnana Ghana? Pure awareness, pure consciousness. And who is that? Adityaha, Bhagavan, Surya Bhagavan. So, Anandamayo, Vijnanamayo, Vijnana Ghana, Adityaha. Always remember this. You know, this whole creation basks in nothing but divine consciousness, which is self-knowing, Vijnanamaya, which is blissful existence. It is never a burden to itself. So, Anandamaya. Namo Mitraya Bhanave Mrutyo Orma Pahi. So, Namo Mitraya. Om Mitraya Namah, Om Ravaya Namah, Suryaya Namah, Bhanve Namah, Khagaya Namah, Pushre Namah, Hiranyagarbhaya Namah, Marichaya Namah, Adityaya Namah, Savitraya Namah, Arkaya Namah, Bhaskaraya Namah. See, these are the 12 names of Surya Bhagavan. The first one is Mitra. Mitra in our language also means, you know, friend. So, the universe, we are not just thrown over here. Bhagavan also calls Arjuna Sakhasi. Bhaktosi me sakhacheti. that you are not just a devotee, but you are a friend. How can I let you suffer? So, Namo Mitraya, oh Bhagavan, you are the most divine friend. Bhanave, Bhanu, Bharat, one which shines. So, a friend who is filled with the light of divine compassion, divinity, Mitraya Bhanave, Mrutyo or Mam Pahi. You please protect me from death. You know, please protect me from death. Actually, in knowledge, there is no death. There is only death in duality. And we all know in duality, everything is going to come to an end. But a sincere prayer, what a divine prayer this is. Namo Mitraya Bhanave Mrutyo Orma Pahi Brajishnave Vishwahetave Namaha. You are the cause of the Vishwahetave. You are the true protector of the Hetu. You are the cause, you are the protector of this universe. Brajishnave. You shine in this universe. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. Because Bhagavan, you shine, this world shines after you. Vishwa, Brajishnave, Vishwahetave, Suryad Bhavanti Bhutani. This sun god, Suryad Bhavanti Bhutani, Suryena Palitanutu. O sun god, you are the very creator of the beings. O sun god, you are the very protector of the beings, and you are the very cause of the whole universe. So, Suryad Bhavanti, from the sun. I talked about how in chemistry, the whole periodic table of elements created from this sun, the very effulgent light with fission and fusion, the whole creation has come about. Suryena palitanitu. O sun god, you please protect everyone. You please protect everything. Then Surya layam pra apnuvanti, and when all comes to an end, all the elements and everything, we say that it all enters into, physics tells us, it goes into black hole. The whole thing comes to an end. So multitudes of universes, they come out, they collapse, they come out, they collapse. Creation is a cyclic cycle according to our Hindu tradition. And sun is the very cause, the very star, sun, is the very cause of the uh, infinite cycles of creation. So, O Bhagavan, Surya layam prapnuvanti ya Suryaha sohamevacha. And I alone, Saha aham evacha, and I am that alone. I am that alone. That am I am that. That am I. Chakshurno deva savita, chakshurna utaparvataha. The very deity presiding over our eyes is Suryaha. Chakshuhu devata Surya. The presiding deity of our eyes is sun god. It inspires our seeing. So, hey Surya Bhagwan, Chakshur Devaha, Savita, Chakshur Naha Utaparvataha. May you allow me, all of us, Naha Asmakam Vayam Sarve, all of us, may you inspire our eyes to see the rising mountains, so that our uh, eyes also rise in our vision. Chakshuhu dhata dadhatunaha. You give us this divine vision. Adityaya vidmahe sahasrakirnaya dhimahi tanna surya prachodayat. Adityaya vidmahe. We bow down to this sun god. Sahasrakirnaya dhimahi. The we meditate upon the effulgence of thousands and billions and trillions of rays emitted from the sun god, to that sun god prachodayat. May this effulgence inspire our thinking. May it inspire our thoughts and ideas, and may we rise in divinity. Savita purastat, savita paschata at, savito tarata at, savita dharata at, savita nusavatu naha suvatu sarvata atigam savita no ora satam dirgamayuhu. So basically, the effulgence of sun above us, sun below us, sun to the right of us, sun to the left of us, sun in front of us, sun in back of us, in all directions, everywhere, is the light of the sun, which allows the jivas to bask in the light and light alone. And may this dirgamayuhu, may this light of sun give us divinity of vision, so that we can live divine long life, and may we be the source of inspiring others to live a divine life. Om iti ekaksharam brahma, the very sound syllable Om, a, u, ma. So, a, the entire gamut of sound. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti is taken as a, uma in Mandukya Upanishad. So, para, pashyati, madhyama, vaikhari. The speech has 4 levels to it. The potential sound which exists in all of us, then the thought that is behind the sound, and then the vocal cords which manifests the thoughts into the vaikhari, the speech out there. So, a, u, ma represents all different levels of speech, and ma, the anuswara, is the silence that pervades before and after the sound, and that silence alone is. From silence, sound originates, and into silence, the sound resolves. So that Om iti eka akshara Brahma, that alone is Brahman. Gruni iti dve akshare. Gruni. This is the Bija mantra of Surya. It has no meaning, but when the fire burns, it makes this unique sound when the fire burns. And the sun is a giant ball of fire. And during the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse, the scientists see the solar flares which come out of the very corona of the sun. And the sound which is captured is the sound syllable Gruni. And that is the Bija mantra of the sun god. Gruni iti dve akshare, Surya iti akshara dvayam. And the sun god has the name in our Vedic tradition as Surya, the one who shines. Aditya iti trini aksharani. And Aditya, the 3 words, that is also Surya. So, 1 is knowledge, 2 is duality, 3 is the perception, and in this way, Triputi is born out of sun. When I say Triputi, I, the seer, the object seeing, and the seeing which combines me, the subject with the object, the relationship which is established, that is Aditya. So, the seer, the seen, and the relationship, all of that is established. Aditya iti trini aksharani, etasyaiv surya, surya shtaksharo manuhu. And in this way, we complete Surya Upanishad over here. Whatever chance I got to share my thoughts on Surya Upanishad, we got a chance to see if we can show this beautiful sun temple over here. This is the ruins of the sun temple, and I'm seated right in front of that is the sun temple over there. So that sun god was the very integral part of this very lost Incan culture, and the sun god remains the main deity of our Hindu tradition, Hindu faith, and the foremost Vedic deity of Surya Bhagavan. And the Surya Bhagavan, none other than the most famous Gayatri mantra for inspiring each one of us. Pessimism and optimism, these are the yo-yoing states of our mind. And the Gayatri mantra is a sincere prayer to uplift my mind. O sun god, your heat dries up the entire earth during the summer months. In the same way, please dry up all of my ill thoughts, ill feelings, all my pessimism, and create a divine optimist out of me. That is basically what Gayatri Mantra is. Every day we have an appointment with a shrink within ourselves as the sun god. Uplift me, uplift me, uplift me. So, our rishis have given us such a treasure of understanding of what Surya Bhagavan is. And it's a privilege to come and see a culture that once upon a time used to worship the sun god, and all activities remained in the realm of the worship of the sun god. I offer my humble prostrations to the great seers of this culture. It may not be prevalent, but it lives through all of us as we make this pilgrimage to come and see and acknowledge the um, beauty which is left behind. So much work has gone by hundreds and thousands of beings to create this wall behind me. Just to see, this was created some 700-800 years ago to store some grains. And we saw that without the sun god, no rain would be there, no grains would be there. And such amazing terraces they built to cultivate grains. So may we use Surya Bhagavan to uplift us. They say that even Aditya Hritayam was given to Lord Rama by none other than Agastya Maharshi ji, which is a eulogy to the sun god. As Lord Rama was going to fight Ravana in the epic that we know of, Ramayana, Aditya Hridayam was given when Lord Rama became little bit nervous, cold feet. Imagine Bhagavan, tato yuddha parishrantam samare chintayasitam Ravanam chagrato drushtva. Imagine. So, Agastya Bhagavan, Agastya Maharshi ji gave this Aditya Hridayam. Anytime we feel dejected, rejected, we should rely on Surya Upanishad and Aditya Hridayam. May Surya Bhagavan bless us all. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.